Let's get into the weeds.
My name is Mark Daluge, and I am the Assistant Supervisor at the Teton County Weed and Pest District. Organizer. The most motivating part of my role is probably just seeing the results that we get out there and the progress that we're making from year to year. Our success is looking at how many gallons of herbicide we use each year, and overall that should go down. On the weed program side, that's a good way. For EDRR, we monitor each site and we keep track of whether there's plants there or not for each year. And if there's no plants for 5 years in a row, then we consider that to be mostly eradicated. So if we get more EDRR sites to be eradicated than we find each year, then it's a success for sure. On the mosquito side, success is gauged in a different way. We do a lot of larval control work, so we try to treat the areas where they're breeding before the mosquitoes hatch. So when we set our traps each summer, if the overall trap numbers are going down, that means that we're doing our job treating the larvae. EDRR stands for Early Detection Rapid Response. So what we want to do in the weed treatment world is to find these infestations of invasive plants before they get large and we have to manage them, with bigger equipment. And with that, the larger the patch is, the harder it is to control. So early detection, we try to have our crews trained to identify these new or high priority species that may be coming into Teton County. We train them to identify them, they locate them. We actually give them money for each site that they find each year. And then we put it on a list for treatment every year. So the year that it's found, we treat right away. So that's rapid response. And then we continue doing that each year to build the whole EDRR program. So there's a difference between problematic and high priority. Problematic, I would say, are species that are really prevalent, that are hard to control. But if we go into high priority species, I would say that they are the ones that are rarely found here and also hard to control and also have spread like crazy in other places. So I would say that countywide, our highest priority weed species are the ones that we don't have much of, like rush skeleton weed, puncture vine, Dyer's woad, things like that. Now, when we kind of narrow down into certain areas like the river, we have species like perennial pepperweed, salt cedar, and Phragmites that we are training dogs, or they're already trained in most cases, to detect out on the river through the Working Dogs for Conservation program. If we go to certain areas in the backcountry, high priority species change a little bit more even. So musk thistle down here in the valley is not a high priority species, but if you go in the backcountry, say hiking the Teton Crest Trail or something similar to that, musk thistle up there is something that we do not want to see, so that would be high priority. So it really changes a lot from area to area. So we found that drones are very effective in treatment of both weeds and mosquitoes. For mosquito work, we generally deploy the drone to flood irrigated fields and we spread larvicide out into the flooded areas that are generally going to breed nuisance mosquitoes. And this process of larviciding with the drone has proved to be way more effective and efficient than treating by hand. We can do over 1,000 acres throughout the summer with the drone, where the crews rarely have gotten above 300 acres for a summer. We have 3 drones in our fleet. Each has its own little purpose. The bigger the area, the bigger the drone. Our newest drone is about 12 feet in diameter and can carry about 100 pounds of product. So it can really do a lot of work really quickly. For the weed side of our drone program, we mainly focus on areas that we can't get to by foot. So we're looking at areas that are on steep hillsides, mostly along roadsides, areas that spotted knapweed has really taken over in it, and also cheatgrass. So those areas, if we were to treat it by hand, is almost, I call it soul crushing work. It's just brutal, hiking up and down these hillsides on shale, and the drone just flies right over it and gets it done in a matter of minutes, and it moves on to the next spot. So throughout the summer, you'll see us on the roadsides, mostly with the drone treating the hillsides, and that's what we're doing.